Are you currently in this situation whereby, strategy is not your problem, psychology is not your problem, you know how to trade, you are doing everything right, you are following your system, you have a good mindset, but still you are not getting the results you want? Probably most of the time you are stuck in the break even stage. All right, you are making money from the market, but at the same time the market is collecting back the money you are making, so you're not really seeing much progress despite having an edge, despite having the psychology, or you're managing your trades well. Then I see a lot of people in this particular situation, or in that particular condition. They now start to blame irrelevant things. Maybe the strategy is not good enough, maybe their psychology is not right, especially psychology. There is so much emphasis on psychology in the trading industry. Go to YouTube, they'll tell you your psychology is not right, that's why I'm not making money. I'm not, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying those things are wrong or those things are not right, but sometimes that is not the cause of the problem. Your strategy is not the cause of the problem, your psychology is not the cause of the problem. Right? You want to know what the problem is? Sometimes the problem is just that very thing that we often tend to ignore or overlook, which is the market you trade. Okay, every strategy works, every system works, but however, they don't have the same accuracy in the same markets or in different market conditions. All right, take for example, now let's say you trade SMCs, you are a supply and demand trader. If you are trading SMC on maybe a pair like Euro USD, you can't get the same accuracy if you take that same strategy, the same psychology, and trade a pair like BTC. Now, is the strategy the problem? No. Is your psychology problem? No. It's just that that strategy doesn't have the same accuracy. The accuracy is going to vary. It could do more well in a particular market, right, and do less in another market condition. All right, now if you are unable to figure out the right market to trade, or let me even narrow it down, the right pair to trade, you will keep blaming your strategy. Maybe your strategy is not good enough, maybe your psychology is bad, whereas the main job is for you to figure out a pair that resonates and works so well with your trading strategy. I don't care what you trade, support and resistance, SMC, supply and demand, or whatever it is you trade, it works. All right, it works. However, you need to figure out the best market and then narrow it down to the best pair inside that market that works well for you. And how can you do that? I can't just come in front of the camera and tell you, okay, the best thing or the thing that could be affecting your profitability is the market you trade. So now I point out the problem and I don't give you the solution. What's the solution? The fastest way to be able to find out is by, first of all, have a lot of pairs. Have a lot of pairs. You can't just come into trading and say, I want to be trading gold, I want to be trading BTC, I want to be trading USD CHF, Euro USD. That's a very big mistake. Okay, trade so many pairs. Trade so many pairs. Then, as you keep climbing up, you keep mastering your strategy, you keep having a good psychology, you start dropping some pairs, one after the other. You start dropping some pairs until you'll be left with a few. But you will never really know which one works best if you didn't start with plenty. I remember when we were in secondary school or so, in high school, I think SS1 or so, before you are able to choose either you want to go for the science, the arts, or the commercial department, they'll ask you to do all those subjects, and then find out which one is for you, where your strength lies, where your weakness lies. Now convert that to trading, where your strategy works best and where your strategy works less. The same strategy can have different win rates in different pairs, right? Now you find out your strategy has maybe a 65% win rate on Euro USD and then maybe a 35% win rate on BTC, the same pair, and probably you trade a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. What's the best thing for you to do in order to increase your profitability? Simply stop trading that BTC and focus on Euro USD. Now, you don't have to blame your strategy or blame your psychology. You see some people, they'll be like, keep taking the losses, keep taking the losses. It's part of the process. It's your losing streak and blah, blah, blah. And then they just try to keep consoling themselves that once their psychology is right, the wins will come. The wins will come. Losses are part of the process. Yes, losses are part of the process. But if those losses are unaddressed, if you don't look at the reason why you are taking those losses, you will just keep taking those losses, unnecessary losses, and you will keep holding on to that string of psychology, as your consolation, instead of finding the root of the problem, solving it, and stopping that losing streak. Would you win 100% of the time? No, absolutely not. But you should also have a lot of wins. That is why I emphasize on a high win rate trading strategy. I don't care what anybody says. I do not want to have a 20% win rate, 30% win rate. It just doesn't make sense for me. Because your mind is what puts you in that state of, I've been trading for a while now, and then I've been making a lot of profits. But recently, maybe market condition changed or something, and then you're having back-to-back losses. You need to figure out what's wrong. Did you change pair? Okay, did you switch markets? Did you change something in your strategy? All those things are things that you need to look at, right? The pair you trade is extremely crucial to your profitability, regardless of your strategy, regardless of how good your psychology is. Okay, let's give this illustration. Let's give this example now. You tell yourself you're a very good driver, right? You know how to drive. And then, do you think you will have the same outcome or the same results when you are driving a good Benz, maybe a C300, and then a Peugeot 504, a very old car, and then you say, yeah, you know how to drive? Fine, you'll be able to drive both cars, but the efficiency you will get is going to be way vast in difference. Okay, so find a pair that resonates with you. Okay, I said it earlier, the first step is to trade multiple pairs. When you trade multiple pairs, you are able to know which one works best with your strategy and which one doesn't, so you can drop them the more you progress. Step 2. The second step is, backtest those pairs. All of them. I know backtesting is stressful. A lot of people don't like to do it. They don't like to backtest. But please, I'm not saying you should backtest for 2 years backward. I personally, I don't backtest more than 3 months. Yes, call me lazy, call me that's not enough data. I don't care. I don't backtest more than 3 months, but at least I want to backtest for 3 months back in time and see how that strategy performed with that particular pair before I'm able to add that pair to my pair. Okay, so backtest that strategy probably like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months back. It's okay, it's enough. Okay, backtest that pair. Does it have a good win rate? How does it play out with your strategy? Does it respect it more times than it doesn't? Okay, you want to have at least a 50% win rate. So if you trade 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, you will still be profitable. At least a 50% win rate. Anything less than 50% win rate, drop that pair. Trust me, drop that pair. Except you trade crazy risk to reward ratios. Okay, that's a different case. Now, the third thing you want to do is forward test that pair on a demo account. Do not unnecessarily put your money on the line to trade a pair you haven't been trading before. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, if you have the luxury of money to throw around and donate to the market, be my guest and do so. But if you want to do it the right way, just demo trade. Even if it's for a week or 2 weeks, forward test that strategy on a demo account with that same pair you are looking at. Does it play out well? If it does, good, congratulations. Now you have data from the back testing and then data from the forward testing, combining both together for you to understand that, okay, this pair really works with me, it works for me. Then you can add the pair and then you can start trading that. All right, so sometimes if you are doing everything right, the profitability that you are looking for but you are not getting, despite having a good strategy, despite having psychology right, sometimes just change your pair. Right, change your pair and see how well things might turn around for you. This is Globerex here. And I know it's been a long time I dropped videos on YouTube. I've been busy, but I'll try my best to keep updating you guys with the real truth about trading, strategies, psychology, different reality. We don't flaunt things here. We don't flaunt Lambo or all those fake lifestyles about you. I tell you the truth, okay? I give you the truth. And if this video was of any benefit to you, you found this video to be of use, now do me a favor. I'm not collecting money from you. All you have to do for me is just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know that all these things I'm doing are not in vain and it's been appreciated by whoever is watching this right now. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.